Hello and welcome to another Starman Just Watched. I'm Devin and with me is Curtis again.
Yeah, I've been here a lot lately, it would seem.
Yeah, Billy's on vacation. I need someone to fill in for him.
Damn slackers.
Yeah. And you're the only one I really trust.
It's a good excuse to watch a bunch of random movies anyhow.
Yeah. And boy, did we pick a random one this time.
Yeah. Kind of an oldie, definitely a goodie, but kind of rebooted somewhat for the new era.
Yeah. Evangelion.
Yeah, that 90s favorite that inspired everything that came afterwards in terms of mecha and sci-fi. Everybody stole the tropes. Everybody. But yeah, turns out the original series still holds up quite well.
Yep. It's still as mind-trippy as it was.
Yeah, the further you get into this series, the more bizarre it gets. It starts out as like mecha fights with a little bit more intrigue going on in your typical mecha fights, but it really goes off the deep end.
Yeah.
So
this is part one of a 4-part series. They're kind of like movies.
yeah, it's a retelling in movie form of the anime series.
Yeah. So I imagine a lot of fillers cut out, and we get to the point a lot quicker in a lot of episodes.
Yeah, OG series didn't have a ton of filler, but whatever there was, I expected just pretty much gone at this point. So
yeah,
it just kind of gets to the necessary beats. Yeah, lots of angel fights.
Lots and lots of angel fights.
Lots of angst.
Yeah. Yeah, our main character is angsty as all.
Yeah, in a rather enjoyable way.
Yeah.
Just the sheer agony of his every moment. Poor old Shinji Ikari. He will never be loved by his dad.
Oh God.
Yeah,
and that's only the emotional trauma he's gonna suffer.
Yep.
We also got the mental and physical to go through.
Yeah, we've got a regular gauntlet of hell for our protagonists.
Yep.
And a few other teenagers too.
So, first off, this isn't a job I would sign up for right off the gate.
You wouldn't be an Ava pilot?
I would not be an Ava pilot.
I don't know why.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool to pilot a mech, right?
Yeah, everyone wants to pilot a mech. That's the childhood dream, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Turns out these are your average, ordinary mechs.
Yeah. So, I don't know if they really touched on this in this movie, but the synchronizing?
Yes.
Did they actually explain that?
I do not think they did.
No.
Like, they showed obviously that that's happening, but they haven't explained why or what's going on there.
Yeah.
Why it has to be Shinji or
Ray,
like
or
yeah,
like specific person has to pilot this mech.
they haven't gotten there yet.
No.
That is correct.
No. That was a big plot reveal.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of curious if we even got inklings of it, but...
Yeah. Hints, but nothing stated it right, I don't think.
So, spoilers if you're just watching these for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, synchronizing with your mech means that whenever it feels pain, you feel the same pain.
Yeah, that was pretty clearly portrayed. That aspect of it was definitely clear. Yeah. If it looks like your little robot's arm is about to get ripped off, you're probably feeling that too.
Yep.
In all its glory. So, yeah. Ain't the most glamorous job.
No. This is one of those. This is why I would not want to pilot a mech like this.
The problem is they don't have much choice because the whole premise here is
these are Earth's last defense
Yeah.
against these angel creatures.
yeah. We don't really get a full picture as to why they're invading in this movie. I think the series kind of goes into a bit more depth later on, but it seems that some sort of group of people has made a pact with a divine being, I guess we could call it, named Lilith, and a part of that pact is to destroy the angels that come to Earth.
Yeah.
And the United Nations is useless as fuck, as to be expected. All the regular Earth weaponry does fuck all against these beings. they've got something called an AT field, which pretty much neutralizes anything that something that's not an Eva can throw at it. So
Yeah.
that's why we need these cool ass mechs to actually damage these things by hitting their Zelda weak point by Z-targeting it.
Yep.
They've all got these cores that you've got to smash.
And the cores are protected by a hard outer shell.
Yeah. There's a lot of bullshit to get through.
Yep.
And each of these things is very unique.
Yes. I do like the designs for some of these.
Yeah.
And we get crazier and crazier as we go down the list.
Yeah, you start out with like some kind of, humanoid looking things, and then they get more and more abstract to the point where the final fight is just a giant shape-shifting crystal.
Yep.
that can shoot death lasers.
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I like the crystal angel. It seems like the faking man's crystal. or angel.
Yeah. Very efficient at what it does.
Yeah.
Adapts itself to pretty much any situation.
And the death scream it has.
Yeah, when that thing dies, you can tell.
Yeah, that is a scream heard throughout the earth.
Yep. Yep. Plus the big old satisfying blood pop.
Yep. Gotta let the blood pops for these.
Yeah.
Not only did you just kill the thing, it's going to now drown in a small area in blood.
Yeah. I think, again, it's been forever since I've seen the original series, but do they bleed the same liquid that is used to fill the
I do believe they do.
Yeah. I think it's called LCL. I don't
Yeah.
exactly remember what the purpose of that substance is, so I don't remember how much the original series touched on it. I guess we'll find out.
It's supposed to help with the synchronizing, but
Yeah, I forget exactly.
I forget the sciences behind
exactly, like what exactly the purpose and origin of the stuff is.
Yeah. But I do believe it is the blood of angels.
Yeah, I think that is the case.
I mean, we get enough of it out of them, so.
Yeah. Yep. Bathe in this stuff forever. Yeah. And we get introduced, besides our emo protagonist, to one other Ava pilot in this first movie. There's one more major one, and apparently a couple of new introductions, as far as I understand it. But in this movie, we get introduced to good old Rei Ayanami.
Yeah. The emotionless pilot.
Yep.
She is here to do one thing, and that's her job.
Yeah.
Regardless of condition.
Yeah. Married to her career, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love the guilt tripping. Every step we take for Shinji is a guilt trip to get him to do something.
It sure is, yeah.
Like, the first thing we're introduced to is, you're going to pilot this giant mech. You've never seen this thing before. You have no idea how it works.
Yep.
We're going to throw you in there and make you fight that thing that we just saw.
Yep.
And if you don't, we have a busted up pilot we'll wheel right here in front of you.
And literally, she's still on her hospital bed. She's got the IV drips.
Yeah.
We're just going to pop her in there
Yeah.
unless you sack up and get in that robot boy.
Yep. You feel good? You feel good walking away from this? You're gonna
Yeah.
let her go back in there?
Yeah. Gonna let that sad, broken girl get in that robot. Yeah? Huh?
Well, when you put it that way, now I look like an asshole.
Yeah. Making me look bad.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Lots of no pressure, Shinji, but if you fuck up this, if you fuck up this shot, if you fuck up this fight,
Yeah.
we're all gonna die. So hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get out there, champ. Make us proud, sport.
Yeah. It's not really an encouragement as much as if you don't, you're gonna feel really bad until we die.
Yeah. So piloting an Ava sucks, but I guess what sucks worse is failing and letting the angels wipe out everybody.
Yeah.
So I guess the whole way that they would cause a mass cataclysm is Lilith, or what remains of her,
Yeah.
is lying at the very bottom of the home base of Nerve and ERB, the main
Group has...
organization dedicated to fighting these things. And if they ever get in contact with Lilith, everything's screwed. So they think. There's already been 2 major extinction events.
Yeah. That's why we have a Tokyo 3.
Yeah, that's why we're at Tokyo 3. Everyone's living in Tokyo 3 now. Because this might be the last one.
Yeah. I don't want to know what happened to 1 and 2, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Akira may provide some insight into that. Good movie. Good movie.
Good movie. So, the premise of this is pretty straightforward, but there are a lot of executable plots that just kind of go off the rails.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the first chapter, we'll say, doesn't really touch on these plots, and I'm actually curious to see when they get introduced now.
Yeah, so it's been a while since I've watched the series now, but I'm not sure exactly how closely it lines up with the original series. It seems like it's pretty close based on my memory.
Yeah, from what I can remember, this is pretty accurate to what the original series, the steps by steps that we took.
Yeah, nothing really stood out as a major change from the original series as it remains in my memory.
Yeah.
Except for the very end, we get a bit of a stinger for introducing a character that, in the original series, I don't think we saw him at all until the last couple of episodes.
Yeah, this is why I'm a little scratching my head a little bit, because I don't remember this guy.
So, I'm not sure how much we want to go into here
in
terms of spoilers for the later series, but he becomes a very important character in the last couple of episodes. If you watch those episodes again, you will remember it very well.
Yeah.
I appreciate it's been a while, so yeah.
Yeah, God, I can't remember when I last sat down and watched this.
Yeah, it's probably been, I don't know, 7 or 8 years for me.
Yeah.
At least, so yeah. This is a good, I wanted an excuse to watch this series again because it really is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I figured that why not take the opportunity to check it out in movie form.
And subject our audience to our findings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you like the original series, and especially if you haven't seen it in a while, I would definitely recommend this. It's absolutely a worthy, recreation of the original. From what I've seen so far. I have no idea how different it gets later, or if it kind of keeps along mostly the same story beats. I'm truly curious as to how they end the thing, because the original ending of the series was extremely controversial.
Yeah.
To say the least. So much so that they pseudo-retconned it by releasing an entirely different movie that's oh, hey, here's what happened. Actually,
here's what really happened, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick whichever one you like most.
Yeah, pick your favorite ending, pretty much, exactly. Choose your own ending here. I personally like them both.
Yeah.
There's something very controversial and very brave about the original's last 2 episodes.
Yes.
Again, not sure how much we want to say here about the original series.
I just want my interrogation room from hell, that's all I ask.
That's probably the best way to describe it. The interrogation room from hell is the last 2 episodes of the original series.
Yep.
So, I kind of get the impression that won't happen in the movie.
Yeah.
But we'll see, I guess. It should be interesting anyways.
So anything else we want to talk about on this?
Yeah, just I will say the movie looks fantastic. I feel like having a movie budget does wonders for a series like this. All the nerdy power-up scenes and let's rebuild the robot scenes and let's launch the robot scenes.
Yeah, it's beautifully crafted.
Just immaculate. Yeah, in watching the city of Tokyo do its little shift between exposed and underground.
Yeah, that's an interesting mechanic here. I forgot that the city does that.
Yeah, I kind of had forgotten that too, actually.
That we can submerge our city.
Yeah.
And I always thought about what if you're just at the breakfast table and you're having your coffee and then all of a sudden you just feel the building start to shift and fall down into the ground.
Well, it's time again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone seems pretty well adjusted to it.
Yeah.
Is that the first angel we fight here? Is that 3rd or 4th angel? 4th?
I think that's 4th.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
So there have been three scenarios like this before.
Yeah.
Where they fought an angel. So I guess people are starting to get used to it.
Yeah, it's a day-to-day now.
Yeah. It's not quite clear all the time as to how far apart in between attacks we go here. Like, I don't know whether it's like a couple of days or a couple of weeks. It's not quite clear.
Yeah, they don't explain the time frames of these.
Yeah, it's a little nebulous there.
And it feels like it's really short.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it, like, just with how well coordinated everything is about Nerve, it feels like they've been at this for years. Like, it just, I've never seen such a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
When they're rolling out some plan, like, oh, let's reroute all the power from Tokyo to destroy this one angel in 12 hours.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No, it's on point.
Yeah, they're pretty on point there. Yeah. What were your kind of standout, like, favorite characters from the original series, would you say?
See, that's a good question, because I don't think I had actually, like, top favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone interacted just as well as I wanted.
Yeah, it's just a good group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember names well.
That's fine.
Yeah. Like, I like the blonde hair girl.
Yeah.
She's kind of like a professor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ritsuko, I think.
I think it's Ritsuko.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also bad with names for at least a few episodes until I get used to things again.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Asuka. She's always fun.
She's a wild card, and I do like her,
Yeah.
so I will be interested to see how they do with her on this.
Yeah. Adds a great dynamic to the
Yeah.
show. The three main Ava pilots.
Yeah, we have emotionless,
Yeah.
emo, and hyper,
And
anger
just
management.
hothead.
Yeah.
Firecracker.
Yeah.
They couldn't be more different, and I really enjoy.
Yeah, it's like this team should not function.
And it mostly doesn't, but it sometimes does, and it's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah. I know people. One of the biggest back and forth debates in the fandom is Rei versus Asuka. I've definitely seen that question posed a lot on online forums and such.
Yeah.
So I know there's very passionate defenders of either side. They're both cool.
Yeah.
Look, all right, they're both really great. Screw you.
We will not take a stance on this. We'll be the Switzerland.
Yeah,
of
the Switzerland of Evangelion waifu debates.
Yeah.
Here, baby. Yeah.
Shinji's Jad, whose name escapes me, Gendo.
Yeah.
I like him as a villain.
Yeah, he's a very interesting character.
Yeah.
He's not really a villain, but he sure is a shitty asshole.
Yeah. It's like, you can see his point of view and why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're like, what an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. The project he's working on is good, but his treatment of Shinji could be better. It's not helping Shinji's case by having such a emotionally distant father, I guess you could say. Especially when he's doting on Rei, so...
Yeah.
He was really just the unwanted son, let's be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I really wanted a daughter, is what that comes down to.
Yeah, like I totally forgot about the little scene there where it's like, if we have a daughter, we're going to call her Rei.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely forgot about that, so it's, yeah.
Really drives home that Shinji was not wanted.
Yeah. Definitely not by Daddy, anyways.
No.
So, I do believe they go into more on all of that later as well. I also, my memory of what they go into detail is very skewed between, I don't remember what they actually touch on in the series versus end of Evangelion, so I really don't remember how it all lines up, but I'm pretty sure they do at least some in the series. And I expect in these movies they will find plenty of time to go into it.
Alright, but looking at the clock, I think we'll have to call that, sir.
Cool. Well, this was a lot of fun. I wouldn't mind doing more at some point, perhaps.
We will look into that.
Yes.
I am definitely going to watch this series. I'm probably not going to hold out until we do another Just Watches, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. I would do the same. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we get enough interest, we might do the series just as a review.
Yeah, like that. It might be good to come back after watching the rest of them just to talk with them as a whole.
Yeah.
And we need to get you to watch End of Ava at some point because that's a ride in itself.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking that up later this weekend, probably.
Yeah. Absolute insanity.
But with that, though, have a good one, everyone. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, please do check this out if this sounded at all interesting. Lots of rambling, but, you know, if you got the gist of it, this is a really good series if you haven't seen it yet. And if you have, might be worth watching these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Later.